What's up, guys? This is Acidic Roots, and I've got another co-op LP, or another co-op video to do. So, Frenchie is with me once again to play this, but then we brought someone else along for the ride, which is his co-worker Preston, his old co-worker. They were both janitors, so, yeah, we're gonna head to the casino and do some roulette. So that's another gambling game in Vegas Stakes. This is definitely a game I feel like a lot of you should probably own, just for random fun. I mean, obviously, if, you know, like Missouri does not have a casino in the whole state. So the closest thing we have is going to Oklahoma. And when I went to Tulsa in those Acidic Roots Hits Oklahoma videos, I actually did see a casino there. So it was pretty large. It looked like there was stuff going on, so they're guaranteed that there were some people gambling there to their heart's content there. So, well, the thing, I am going to be player 2 this time, and you know, I almost do feel kind of homely in comparison to, you know, both Frenchie and Preston being here. So yeah, I mean, we do actually play games. I mean, you've seen Frenchie play Duck Hunt, but Preston wasn't too down on that, seeing as he is a duck. But, you know, I don't really think the gambling is going to be too much of an issue, so, yeah, you're gonna, so place your bets. You know, that's a fun little thing that you can do right now, is figure out which one of the three of us is going to make the most money. So obviously, the truth is, I don't even remember. I mean, I'm doing this in post-commentary, but, yeah, I don't remember who comes out ahead, you know, whether or not, you know, how many of us come out ahead, that sort of thing. We'll just have to really see. So, but last time when we played Blackjack, Frenchie actually got some pretty good cash. So you always start with $1,000, and in the story mode, I think if you're just playing with one player, you can actually, you know, the maximum amount of money you can win is, of course, $1 million, and then you beat the game. So, but just saying you have a mere $1,000, it's, you know, you get the idea. So Frenchie goes first. The goal of this is just to kind of guess what's going to happen. So you have to say, is it going to be red or black? Is it going to be even or odd? Is it going to be in the first 12, the second 12, or the third 12? Is it going to be in the first 18 or the second 18? So it's just, you know, that's the whole thing there. I consider myself to have a penchant for at least guessing a few of the things. I may not get like 3 different things correct, but I could at least get one. You know, for me to say, oh, I think it's going to be red, you know, that's not too terrible a bet. You know, you can, the max amount you can bet is 250. So it's like, well, it's the whole damn thing. So yeah, it's my turn. We're gonna see what happens. Frenchie bet it would be red, so I'm gonna bet. You know, and that's the thing, you can troll people and you can say, well, I'll bet it'll be black, you know, but I'm not going to do that. So I just say it's going to be in the second 12. I'm going to bet 50, maybe 60. Yeah, $55. So, I mean, this is actually the stuff I would do, go into a real casino. I mean, you know, the idea of saying, okay, well, step up to roulette, you know, I would just, if I had 60, you know, $60 to pass around, it's like, okay, you know, I'm not just going to waste $60 one time, that'd be the end of it. You know, so it is the whole damn thing there, but I did also bet it'd be even. So Preston, he's kind of the wild card, just because I know in some cases he doesn't mind saying, you know, I'm just going to go all in, or something like that, you know. It's really not too terrible a deal. I mean, you do need like a buddy like that, who, if you're playing a game, someone who will actually, you know, raise it to the extreme. And it's good to be extreme. So let's see who wound up winning in this. 23. So that means Frenchie was right and I was right. So yeah. Preston lost 100, so yeah, I mean. But once again, the thing about this is you can't quit when you're ahead. I mean, that's just, you have to basically play until you run out of money or something. But then I didn't understand this concept. I just kind of figured, you know, there'd be like some amount to say, okay, I'm done playing this, I want to go to something else. But seeing as it is fake money, I suppose you just turn off the game when you're done. So, but you know, speaking of Frenchie, I mean, he's been doing videos, but he's really just been trying to kind of figure out, you know, some new angles. Because, you know, the way a lot of these videos work, like I've noticed that my Sega videos are starting to take flight. So, you know, the Sega stuff, even though it's mostly just looking for the Sega logo, there are a handful of Sega videos, and Frenchie has a popular Sega video, so it's just more about, you know, when you type in YouTube, supposing you said, like, Cinemassacre, and you say, well, what are the most popular things people look for with Cinemassacre? They're looking for Legend of Zelda, Halo, some of that stuff. Well, right now, I'd say the only real things that can be bothered with my channel would be burps, maybe a fart if we're lucky, and, you know, then the Sega stuff. That's obviously the third most popular thing that's going on. But then Earthworm Jim is doing pretty terrific also. I mean, those actually, all of my Earthworm Jim videos have views. So, and, you know, a good handful of them are double digits. So, we all lost that time. How terrific, right? But, you know, it's just been something. I mean, Frenchie is crafty, but, you know, the whole damn thing for him is just trying to, you know, figure out what's going to be his next pension. So, this is the whole fucking thing anymore. You know, I understand where that comes from, because I do want to have secondary videos. Even if I know where my bread and butter is, I don't want to just be known as like the biscuit guy or the cereal guy. You know, it's like there's more. You know, me having 900 videos, Frenchie having 100. It's like, you know, don't think that you can't find shit on the channels. So, but yeah, I'm just, whole damn thing is just trying to figure out, you know, the maximum you can bet is 250. So, you know, really, if you lost 4 times in a row with the maximum bet, the game would be over. I think it would go to the trouble of saying, oh, player 1 wins or whatever, but this is actually pretty fun. I would like to, you know, do this with like about 6 people, you know, something like that. 6 folks, 6 beans, but, yeah. But the thing with Preston is, you know, I'm just trying to figure out what I mean by that, but yeah, I'm actually gonna bet 3 times. I mean, the thing is you can actually put it in the middle between, like, you know, how it was 13 and 14 there, you could put it in between that, which I don't really know why you could. I don't know what that was to see, like, right there. I don't know what that was supposed to do, but yeah, I just said the hell with it. I'm just gonna say, oh, it might be 17, you know, big deal. So, yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see who came out ahead. I mean, I recommend you guys do this. I mean, you may not want to bet with thousands of dollars, but you could definitely say, hey, you know, I'll bet this certain amount of cash, and hell, you know, just go to a casino, unless you live in Missouri. So, but there are other states, I would say, that don't have gambling, but, you know, the casino we're at is the Golden Paradise, which makes me wonder if that's actually real. Because I know that there's, like, the Caesar's Palace and some of those. I know, like, a handful of casinos, but it's like, yeah, you actually can unlock further casinos, which I need to do. I mean, I admit that I need to do that just so we can play more games, because I think you actually might unlock more games if you go to further casinos. So. Yeah, so the truth behind it, if you didn't know, yeah, Frenchie and Preston were co-workers, and they had tails outside of my window before I knew Frenchie. They were buddies and stuff, so they've probably played Guitar Hero, PS2, that sort of stuff, but you know, I just figured, you know, what the hell, I just said, hell, bring one of your friends and we'll really get down on this. So I didn't have too much trouble with doing that. Yeah, 3 players is, of course, you know, pretty raw. You know, that's the whole thing. The maximum you can have is 4. But, you know, I think I said that, but, yeah, so, well, yeah, like, that's what I was saying, is it'd probably be better just to play with, like, 6 or 7 people, so. You can on Monopoly. That's a game I was considering playing. I don't know if you can play with the CPU. I would like to, you know, play with, like, Frenchie, Preston, maybe Keith, and then have, like, 4 computer players and see what we could really do. So, but I mean, there's gonna be more of these games. I can safely tell you what's gonna wind up happening. I just me trying to realize, like, Nintendo Capri Sun playing like Family Feud and that sort of stuff. So many of these people have done those sorts of games, but yeah, I mean, the Super Nintendo actually did have some of those games that were pretty, you know, distinct, so I didn't have a problem with that. Jeopardy is another one. Of course, I don't know how, you know, my family watches that show, so I don't know how well I would fare. I don't know where Napoleon died, and I don't know, like, you know, who was the Emperor of China and those sorts of things, so, you know, if those were questions in the Jeopardy game, it's just like, so, but, just, you know, for a thinking man's Super Nintendo collection, what games that they would specifically have. But I also wanted to do Mario is Missing. I mean, that was a game that I wanted to own in the past, but, you know, the whole concept of having to learn, it was kind of education entertainment, which was defined as a different category, but I mean, it is kind of Mario, but you do have to do like some intelligent puzzles to figure it out. So not too many people have fucked with that game, but that was like the closest Luigi was going to get to the spotlight back in the day. I do actually want to own that. It makes me wonder how much it would cost, you know, if I were to walk into, you know, my standard gaming store, not GameStop, but, you know, standard gaming store, and say, I want Mario is Missing, what would that do? So, but yeah, it's pretty, it's a fun thing. I mean, all things considered, I mean, that's, you know, if you folks would consider Frenchie like Luigi, what would Preston be? I'd probably say Preston would come off as, like, you know, in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, they don't bother creating new characters. They did actually create Nabbit, but, you know, beyond that, it was just a couple mushroom people that they did. So I don't know. You know, it'd probably be like Yoshi or something, but that's really pushing it. Just because, you know, the original Nintendo and the Super Nintendo only really had 2 controllers, even though they did add multi-taps, so. But yeah, I mean, if you pay attention to so many games from the 80s and early 90s, they just never introduced like a player 3. And that's kind of how I've seen my channel, is just saying, well, there's a player 1, there's a player 2, but, you know, just trying to figure out, well, why isn't there a player 3? It's just because of technological limitations, and, you know, we didn't have that mapped out. I mean, even in games where, you know, you could play as 2 players, there normally weren't even more than 2 characters to pick. Like Zombies Ate My Neighbors, you only had Zeke and Julie. You know, if there were 2 guys playing the game, you couldn't be 2 guys, so, I mean, you did have 4 Ninja Turtles to pick from, but it's kind of half and half, so. But alright, so this is just about over. Frenchie won 220, I lost 170, Preston 150. So I have 1100, Frenchie lost the most, and yeah, so. Alright, subscribe for more fun, and, you know, we'll probably be doing a lot more.